So we all know about the new Nintendo Switch 2 Deluxe plus new Funky Kong mode with launch titles like Mario Kart 37. Okay, new Mario Kart, I see it. Then we have Deltarune 1 through 4. Okay. I mean, I'm not a fan, but I feel it. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. Okay, just a re-release. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 Edition. Just a re-release. GameCube Online. Fuck. Is this a bunch of cheap ports? I'm gonna go to Furukawa myself and give him a piece of my mind.
4 to 6 weeks later.
After going to Japan, I realized two things. One, Hello Kitty is awesome. And two, I went into the Nintendo building and all I found was a lousy USB drive, so I plugged it in and come to find out it was actually a bunch of brand new Nintendo Switch launch games that will 100% release with the Nintendo Switch 2. Holy shit, cannot wait. I am so excited. Oh, there's also like Mario X Bowser Yaoi on there, so I guess Furukawa is just like that, but honestly, I can't blame a man for loving some doomed Yaoi. So let's start the list out with the first game I saw on here, Super Mario Iliad. Played the game, and this is basically what the game entails. The game follows Mario, obviously, as he witnesses the death of Cappy, making him go through the 5 stages of grief, while he also goes to old and new kingdoms, including Isle Delfino, trying to hunt down Bowser to kill him. This leads to a war between Mushroom Kingdom and the Koopa Kingdom, in which Bowser tricks Mario into going into a Roman Colosseum, where he and Bowser must fight to the death as Bowser transforms into a lion. Bowser gets defeated by Mario, but Mario spares him, finally getting the acceptance stage in grief. All in all, the game was very interesting. I think very different from Odyssey, but I can look past that because of the art direction, which takes a much more realistic look, similar to that of GTA 6. So overall, I'd say the game is a solid 8 out of 10. It could have been a 9 if there wasn't that weird option to kiss Bowser at the end. Seriously, Furukawa, what the hell is with the Mario X Bowser Yaoi? Next game I played is a brand new Legend of Zelda game. See, I knew it used to be a bunch of lousy ports on launch day. This game is called The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Multiverse. This game is about Link from Breath of the Wild, Young Link, Toon Link, Female Link, Ocarina of Time Link, Driving Link, 8-Bit Link, Links 1 through 4 from Four Swords, Link's Awakening, and CDI Link all being brought together to fight Mega Ganon, who is a version of Ganon made of all the Link's respective Ganondorfs to form one massive Ganon. CDI Link is killed off in an opening cutscene by Mega Ganon. In the end, all the Links end up building a giant Mecha Link to fight the Mega Ganon. I liked this game. It was good enough to warrant the $5,000 fine I got from the court just 20 minutes ago from, you guessed it, loitering on Harvard's campus trying to sell Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. I'd give the game a solid 9 out of 10, but I think there could have been a little too much Link and a severe lack of Wolf Link. The next game was actually very interesting because for some odd reason the game was a tie-in for Kirby Air Riders, which literally won't be out for the rest of 2025. But we have Kirby DMV Simulator, which is a game where you play as Kirby, who runs a DMV. He must help customers and beat the evil legal system in order to help Meta Knight be allowed to drive. Once the game is completed, if you have Kirby Air Riders on the same SSD or hard drive, you can unlock Meta Knight in Kirby Air Riders. The game is similar to other simulator tycoon games, but also has a Kirby essence still in it in the form of the boss fight, and that's it. It's literally just a shitty tycoon game, and then they make the most raw boss fight in gaming history. God damn it! If the whole game was like that, it would have been perfect. But no, they just had to make a goddamn DMV simulator. 6 out of 10, it was shit until it wasn't, and then it was over. After that was a game I really wasn't expecting to see. After being left out of Mario Kart Worlds, I was wondering where the hell Diddy Kong was, but then I saw Diddy Kong Racing 3. Yes, 3. You think, oh, but there's only one Diddy Kong Racing game, which, no, you're an idiot. There was one for the DS. It looked awesome. But then the game got even better. Most of the original characters are gone, but they're replaced by original rare characters. The characters are Crystal from Star Fox, Conker, Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, Banjo and Kazooie, Sunflower from Conker, Bumper the Badger, Timber the Tiger, Joanna Dark from Perfect Dark, Pipsy the Mouse, Timber the Tiger, and Tip Up the Turtle. The game is about the characters that have been kicked out of the limelight, being led by Banjo and Kazooie to superstardom once again via the ways of a final rare crossover title in the form of Diddy Kong Racing. The game was fun. It was definitely better than Diddy Kong Racing DS, but I think the weak part of this is it being a Diddy Kong Racing game, especially since Banjo is the more important character. Now, I assumed this was just to sell the game to Nintendo to actually get it published, but I wish it didn't make Diddy Kong unavailable for Mario Kart Worlds. 7 out of 10, guys, free Diddy, please. Now, this next entry is weird because the game is not even actually a game, but instead a finalized roster of the Super Smash Bros. Game. Super Smash Bros. 6 is the title, and it features 48 returning characters and 12 newcomers, and it completely removes Echo Fighters. The returning characters are Mario, Donkey Kong, Link, Samus, Yoshi, Kirby, Fox, Pikachu, Luigi, Ness, Captain Falcon, Jigglypuff, Peach, Bowser, Zelda, and Sheik as one character, Marth, Mewtwo, Roy, Meta Knight, Pit, Zero Suit Samus, Wario, Snake, Sonic, King Dedede, Olimar, Rob, Villager, Mega Man, Little Mac, Mii, Gunner, Sword Fighter, and Brawler are now simply selectable fighting styles in, like, where you make the Mii. Palutena, Pac-Man, Shulk, Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings, Ryu, Bayonetta, Inkling, Ridley, Simon, King K. Rool, Isabelle, Piranha Plant, Banjo and Kazooie, Byleth, Steve and Alex, Sephiroth, and Pyra and Mithra. The newcomers are Bandanity, Chibi Robo, Pauline, Skull Kid, Funky Kong, Cinderace, Heavy Weapons Guy, Rayman, Sly Cooper, Shadow the Hedgehog, and Freddy Fazbear. Holy shit, absolute peak roster. But still no Diddy, 9 out of 10. Next is the long-awaited sequel that's finally been localized. That's right, Earthbound, A Tale of Three Boys. Holy shit, they brought back Nintendo. In this game, a rift in time results in Nintendo, Ness, and Lucas all joining forces to stop the evil Father Time in the finale of the Earthbound series. That's right, no more Earthbound games ever. Never ever. Screw you. No Mother 3. This is what you get. This actually is Mother 3. See, there's a 3 in the title. And finally, a game I left for last because it's huge. It's a game series that's been dormant for almost 20 years, only being in the limelight because of its Smash Bros. Inclusion. A game series that remains loved by fans to this day. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Punch-Out! Little Mac goes to hell and boxes the devil because Nintendo doesn't care about him and hasn't since 2009. Well, that's all the games I found on the USB drive, and all in all, the future of Nintendo is looking very bright. I'd say the Nintendo Switch 2 could rival the Wii or GameCube in terms of catalog. Oh shit, I forgot. They're making Mickey Speedway USA HD. You Diddy rot in hell.
Elephant green screen effect.